What would you do if you saw your best friend's boyfriend with another girl? Would you tell her? I never thought I'd have to answer that question. But one ordinary Saturday changed everything. My name is Sophia. I'm 26. I always thought I was a good friend, honest, loyal, and curious. But nothing prepared me for the day I saw something I wish I hadn't. It started like any other weekend. The sun was shining. I was on my way to meet my best friend Emma for lunch. We share everything, our dreams, our worries, even our secrets. Lately, Emma was distant. Alex and Emma had been together for 2 years. He was charming, funny, and always made her smile. But recently, he'd been acting strange. Coming home late, not answering her calls, making excuses. She tried to laugh it off, but I saw the worry in her eyes. I was walking past a cafe. I saw someone who looked just like Alex, laughing with a girl I didn't know. They were leaning close. He reached out to tuck her hair. My heart skipped a beat. Was it him? I stopped, unsure what to do. Should I go inside? Take a photo? Or just walk away? My mind raced. If I stayed silent and Emma found out later, would she ever forgive me? I took a deep breath. I decided to watch a moment longer. Maybe it was just a friend. As I watched, Alex pulled out a small box. He handed it to the girl, and she opened it with a smile. It looked like a gift. My stomach twisted. Was I really seeing what I thought I was seeing? I pulled out my phone, hands shaking, and snapped a quick photo. I felt guilty. I needed proof. If I was wrong, I could just delete it. If I was right, Emma deserved to know. I walked away from the cafe, my mind spinning. The photo felt like a secret I didn't want to keep. I kept thinking about Emma. What if I was wrong? What if I was about to ruin everything for no reason? But what if I was right and I said nothing? The questions chased each other around in my head. That night, I barely slept. I saw the image of Alex and the girl laughing, sharing that moment. I wanted to call Emma to tell her everything, but I was afraid. What if she got angry? What if she thought I was just jealous? The next morning, Emma messaged me. Hey, are you free for coffee? My heart pounded as I typed back, of course. I knew I couldn't keep this to myself any longer. I had to tell her, even if it meant risking our friendship. When I arrived, Emma greeted me with her usual bright smile. But I could see a hint of tiredness. We sat down, and she poured us some coffee. We talked about work, about nothing important. I could feel the words building up inside me, pressing against my chest. Finally, I couldn't hold it in. Emma, I said quietly, I saw Alex yesterday. She looked up, surprised. Really? Where? I pulled out my phone and showed her the photo. Her smile faded as she stared at the screen. "Who is that?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. I shook my head. "I don't know. I just saw them together at the cafe." They looked close. Emma's hands trembled. She set down her cup. For a long moment, she didn't say anything. My own heart was breaking for her. "Thank you for telling me," she said finally, her voice steady but sad. "I need to talk to him." I nodded, not trusting myself to speak. I wanted to hug her, but I knew I couldn't promise it would be okay. We sat in silence, each lost in our own thoughts. I wondered what would happen next. Would Alex admit to something? Would Emma forgive him? Or would this be the end of their story? I didn't know, but I promised I would be there for her, no matter what. The hours after I left Emma's apartment felt endless. I kept checking my phone, half hoping for a message. I replayed our conversation, wondering if I'd done the right thing. I feared I'd hurt my best friend for nothing. That evening, Emma called. Her voice was quiet, but there was a strength I hadn't heard before. "I talked to Alex," she said. "He's coming over. I want you to be here too." My heart skipped. I agreed. I was back at her place, my nerves on edge. When the doorbell rang, Emma opened the door. Alex stepped inside, looking calm. To my surprise, he wasn't alone. The girl from the cafe was with him. Her name was Emily. She smiled politely, but I could see the tension in her eyes. Emma stood tall. He looked at both of us. "I know why you're upset," he said gently. "But I want to explain." He turned to Emily. "This is my cousin, Emily. She just moved to the city. I wanted to surprise you." Emily nodded. "I'm sorry if it looked strange. Alex has been helping me settle in." The room was silent. I felt a wave of relief, but also embarrassment. Had I really misunderstood everything? Emma looked at Emily, then at Alex. "Why didn't you just tell me?" she asked, her voice trembling. Alex sighed. "The gift was from my mom. She wanted me to give it to Emily. I just wanted it to be a happy surprise." Emily reached into her bag and pulled out a delicate silver necklace. "It's a family tradition," she explained softly. Emma's eyes filled with tears, but she managed a small smile. "I wish you'd told me sooner," she whispered. Alex stepped forward and took her hand. "I never wanted to hurt you." The tension in the room slowly faded. Emily sat beside Emma and started talking about her new classes. I sat quietly. I felt a mix of relief and regret. I'd almost let suspicion ruin something good. Laughter returned to the room, but I knew things would never be quite the same. The days that followed felt strangely quiet. Our conversations were shorter, more careful. I sensed she was processing everything. I spent a lot of time thinking about what had happened. How quickly I'd jumped to conclusions. A few days later, Emma invited me for a walk in the park. We walked in silence for a while. "Sophia," she said, "I know you were trying to help me, but it hurt to see that photo." Her words were soft but honest. I nodded, a lump in my throat. "I'm sorry," I said quietly. "I should have talked to you first." "I forgive you," she said. "But you need to trust me, too. Don't let fear decide for you." I promised her I would. We hugged, and for the first time in days, I felt a little lighter. Things slowly returned to normal. Emma and Alex talked more openly. Emily became a regular part of our little group. She was funny and warm. She never made me feel awkward. "Next time, just ask me before you take my picture," she laughed. We all joined in. But even as we laughed, I knew something had changed. Trust takes time to rebuild. There was a new layer of honesty between us. A quiet understanding that friendship means believing in each other even when things are uncertain. One evening, Emma squeezed my hand. "Thank you for caring enough to worry, but thank you even more for learning with me." I realized the hardest moments in friendship are the ones that teach us the most. I walked home that night. I had learned that trust is fragile, that assumptions can hurt, and that real friendship is built on patience, honesty, and forgiveness. I promised myself that next time, I would ask before I assumed, listen before I judged, and always choose trust over fear.